Hey, welcome back to another episode of Loving Black with Tory and Teri. What's going on, babe?
Hey, honey. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. You know, this is my favorite day. We got a wonderful show tonight. We don't have one guest. We have two, three. We've got three guests with us tonight.
We got
four guests. Four guests with us tonight. Yes, that's how many. So this is a packed night, and you're going to get to hear a lot of perspective tonight, right?
That's right. Tonight is a special episode. We're going to review the book. We're not going to actually review it. We're going to talk about it. But the commentary is going to be, tied into it. But the book is called Computer Love, Your Guide to Internet Dating. And we have the author here. One of the authors is written by two people, but we have Jamal Hunter with us tonight. And we also have from you guys, hey, you young guys, I know you guys know who they are, but they're from a podcast called Commentary. And I love how they spell out commentary and all, but we're going to have Harlem, Rashid, Alan not AI from, not my man AI, but we're going to have Alan EYE on the show tonight. So everybody's waiting to get to that and all. So we want to thank you guys again for coming on the show. Don't want to be remiss about not mentioning our sponsors. So we have A Unique Heart, Love in a Box by Bonita Ledette. So you guys know where to check her out. Go to auniqueheart.com and you can see her products there and all. But we just want to give you guys thanks again for tuning in every week. And man, last week we had the Friday night house party, and we had wild. I know we was wild. My wife apologized in advance for her attitude, or not in advance. She apologizes for the way that her husband was acting on the show. But
you guys, I couldn't reel him in. I was like, okay, this is my person. This is my person.
You know who you married. You know who you married.
Yeah, I know. But we don't have to.
It's all good, but everybody know, you guys, we had Bird and Makita on the show before, and everybody that know us know that, whenever me and Bird get together in the same spot, man, we having a good time. So want to give a shout out to them, and especially a shout out to our girl Makita, and she knows what we're talking about. So we love you, girl, and we just pray everything is all good.
You guys up. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I mentioned that we have the author or the co-author of Computer Love, Your Guide to Internet Dating. We have Jamal Hunter here tonight, so we're going to bring him on in a moment here. But
can we play some Computer Love tonight? Like when we have that music, when you do our music?
I think I might have to sing it.
Okay. Well, I just kind of want to. Okay, but I want to, maybe we can do something. We can talk to the producers. Maybe we can do something like Computer Love. Yeah. Okay, let's get everybody going.
Because if we play the song, we're going to have to have all.
Oh, there's a way.
They're going to be trying to charge your brother and stuff, Okay. All right. So we might get some Raj in the house. But first of all, we're going to bring our man Jamal on so we can talk about a little bit about his book. And then we're going to bring our special guests on. All right. So here we go. Welcome to the stage, Jamal Hunter.
Hey, Jamal.
What's up, Jamal?
What's happening, y'all? Hey, I just want to say thank you guys first and foremost, Teri and Tory. I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity to come on.
It's our pleasure.
It's our pleasure. We appreciate you. And man, we had a look. We could have had the show the other night. We had a good time on the call the other night.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. I'm really glad and thankful that you wrote this book, because there's so many people that are in that position now, especially with the whole pandemic thing. I mean, who knew, right? Yes. Who knew?
And they're like I said, they're calling me a visionary,
wow.
Because I started 2 years in advance.
So, for our viewers that aren't familiar with your book, for you guys that are, if you can remember, a few weeks ago we did a show with Tangela Fleming, and her book club had reviewed this book, so we decided to have the brother on because it was such an interesting topic. Mm-hmm. So can you tell our audience a little bit about the book?
The book, it really came to me out of a necessity, I thought, because I've been online dating for about 10 years. And from me doing the online dating, I run into very similar energy in African American women all the time. And I only deal with black women. The attitude, just all of it.
I'm sorry, in no way do I mean it to mean our sisters out there.
But I mean, I love it. Like, that's the only thing I deal with. And so, because of that, I thought to myself, I really need to write a book. And I got an opportunity to meet this sister online, Asia Coleman. And Asia Coleman and I just became friends. And the first time we ever really had a real conversation, we started to talk about this book. And when we started to talk about it, her and I put the book together in an interview form where she basically interviewed me. And I started to, kind of break things down, what my thoughts were about just the whole dating scene. And it really came out really good. It's like a conversation from a big brother or an uncle. It's that type of a situation, and it's just good reading. It's a must for any African American woman that is trying to navigate her way through the dating scene, different dating apps, any of that stuff. This book, it speaks to it, and it allows you to identify these characters when you're talking about black men, and that's what this is.
Speaking of characters, Jamal, so tell us about part of the inspiration. Now we got why you wrote the book, but
absolutely.
I'm sorry. Did we let people know that they should put their children to bed?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's put that out there right now. This is disclaimer. If you have any little ones. So we don't want you writing us because you have them right here.
Yeah. So
please put them to bed.
Disclaimer: put your kids to bed. All right. So we are getting to some grown folks stuff here. But what I was asking, right? There was some inspiration behind the book other than dating. Can you give us perspective on a particular character?
Well, like I've said, and I've said this before, this would be like Iceberg Slim giving a guide to internet dating. And so I use a pretty graphic language. It's a real game.
Some of my young people, tell them who Iceberg Slim is.
Well, Iceberg Slim wrote The Pimp, and that book actually kind of looks like this, where it has a red on it. Well, actually has the pimp on the top of it like that. And he was, from a generational standpoint, one of the greatest writers, black men, ever. I could say ever. Well, in our time, I would say that. And he was acclaimed for his lifestyle and the way that he lived. And for me, I was never a pimp, but I've been a player in the field. I played the game. And
what perspective, though, other than the player, what perspective did you get from Iceberg Slim for the book?
Well, I would say that my perspective is from a player, from dealing with a lot of women. I've dealt with, I've got 9 children from my time. I've put some work in, and and so from that perspective, I understand the meandering of how black men do things, and in that, what I've done is I put that mind state into the book, and that I can equate the language and the process. I can equate that back to Iceberg Sim. I could.
Wow. I'm still back on 9 children, but
we got 6, so don't we got 6.
I'm talking about, y'all got 6.
We ain't trying to catch up. Hey, look, man. Hey, we're gonna break for commercial for a moment, but we have 3 outstanding colleagues of ours and they are on the show because not only do they have some perspective to bring to the book as well as the online dating process, but they're also, like I said, out in the industry. So we're going to bring them on, but we're going to put for commercial for a moment, and we'll be right back, guys.
Absolutely.
Lovin' Black with Tory and Teri is officially live across Apple Music, Spotify, and iHeartMedia platforms. At Lovin' Black with Tory and Teri, we cultivate positive love conversations, which means that your love is always in the positive. Join us as we discuss marriage, relationships, and singles topics, as well as answer your letters on air. To be a guest on the show, advertise, sponsor, or submit a topic, email us at loveandblack1@gmail.com. Find us by typing Love in Black with Tory and Teri in your preferred media platform. We now return to Love in Black with Tory and Teri.
Hey, I told you guys we got our friends from Commentary on the screen now, and I just want them to go ahead and introduce themselves. Because I got some problems with my tongue today.
Yeah, let them tell us. We got the beautiful Miss Harlem. So we're going to start with this.
Hello. I am Harlem B. I am the antagonist of the Commentary crew. So I'm 1/3 of the crew, the only female, kind of the glue, as Alan likes to call
it. The glue. Glue that holds it all together.
Absolutely.
And next we have Mr. Rashad.
You sure you said
Rashad.
I am Rashid, Monday through Thursday. On the weekend, I'm Rashad. Definitely. I'm the old man on Commentary. I took my meds today, so we good. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Very happy to be here.
I didn't take my meds. I'm sorry. Go ahead, AI.
What up? I'm AI Alan. I am 1/3 of the Commentary crew. So shout out, in case y'all didn't know, we reside St. Louis natives. So Tory, Teri, we appreciate you all for having us here. Jamal, big shout out to you for sure.
Carolina.
Flat out. You know what y'all say in the loop? Flat out.
Flat out.
You heard me?
That means straight up, flat out. Word to your mom, period, right?
Hey, look, my grandmother, she had this saying for years, right? And when she ain't want nobody to say nothing else at the end, whatever she said, when she said this, that means that was it. I don't want to hear nothing else. Don't say shit, nothing, right? When she say, now there it is.
There it is.
That means you couldn't say nothing. Now there it is. And that's how she was saying, pull up, now there it is. Like here it is. So, guys, can you tell our viewers who Commentary is and how can they catch you guys?
So Commentary is Intellectual Black Versation. We are part of the SOLC network.
Hold on, I can't spell that. Can you say that again? Commentary what?
Commentary, COMMONTARY. Commentary, and our tag is Intellectual Black Versation. So, Black Versation. So, you can credit Rashid for that, though. Intellectual Black Versation.
Yes, my friend.
Let me pull Rashid up on the screen.
No, so we came together last year. Actually, Shad and myself have been together for about 2017. Shout out to the founders of the Straight Outta Low Cash Network, Daryl and Matt. They brought us together. Me and Rashad had a lot of testosterone going on during our podcast, so they were like, "Y'all need a woman. Like, get a woman in this thing."
Hey, you forgetting the part though. We would do one show a year.
One show a year.
And people will love it. So we needed the great Harlem B, the beautiful Harlem B, to bring us together. Because we
yes.
Hold on, one show a year, and people just have people waiting.
It was crazy. Yeah, we were like the J Electronica of podcasting. So yeah.
Wow. So, guys, the reason that we invited you guys, as you know, is because we have Jamal Hunter here, co-author of Computer Love: Your Guide to Internet Dating, and I understand at least one of you guys, or maybe all three, have tried computer dating in the past,
Internet
or
dating.
online dating, internet dating. I don't even know what the colloquialism
Online
is.
dating. Online dating.
Oh yeah,
Raise your hand.
absolutely.
Hold on.
Who had-
Since Rashid got a little gray in his beard and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Rashid got a little gray in his beard, and I got some in mine.
Yeah.
Hey, Rashid, let's take them back. Let's see what we got.
You know this is gonna be the joke from now on, bro.
Rashid.com.
You know, I'll be honest. Once I heard about MySpace, I was trying to use MySpace to get her back to my place, but I stayed with my mama, so it didn't work. You know,
I wasn't knowing it back then.
back,
My place to get her back to my place. Now you know we can't use that until my face comes back out, right?
right. I think Justin Timberlake tried to do something with it, but I don't think he got it popping once he tried to bring it back. But yeah, me staying in my mama basement, it wasn't popping, you know.
My mama lived with me.
My mama lived. I was going to tell you that. My mama lived with me.
Hey Harlan, what type of sites had you been on in the past or currently?
So I am like, I won't say like newly single, but returning back to the dating pool. So when quarantine first started, I jumped on Bumble, and it was just so like overwhelming, right? You know, you swipe left, swipe right. It was so overwhelming. So I completely deleted that profile. I met a couple people. One was an extreme weirdo. And so I was like, oh no, this is not for me. None of that. So just recently I recreated a profile on Hinge. And
Talking stuff I ain't never heard of. Bumblebee, Hinge.
Yeah, I don't know if
no B in it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to like broaden my spectrum, but I am not impressed thus far.
Wow.
So maybe my standards are too high. Maybe I have too many expectations at the moment.
So when you put your profile on there, right? I mean, you know, I remember, I ain't gonna lie, before we got married, yeah, I tried online dating and everything, but I ain't have none of these fancy names. But like I said, you know, we still had black people meet, and what was the other one? The commercial, y'all remember the commercial?
Harmony.
Hey, where'd y'all meet? Oh, we met skiing in the Alps, Swiss Alps, right? We said, y'all did? Oh wow, where'd y'all meet? Oh, we met on blackpeople.com. I remember that. But anyway,
they were. There's a lot of sites. There's a lot of sites.
I don't want to say I was overwhelmed, but I was overconfident because I was overwhelmed, right? And but then there was no substance there, right? The different people that I was meeting and everything. And Jamal, I saw your I saw you and Asia's clip, right? And you guys, was it love at first sight? Because you didn't mention that. I know you said you was attracted to her education level, but
I mean, me and Asia are good friends, and we put the book together. But I wouldn't say it was love at first sight at all. Yeah. This was more of a thing. Asia, she may have a PhD or master's. She's pretty educated.
Okay.
And I was a little bit, almost a little bit intimidated. Gotcha. Because she was, she's on that level. And so
that's a whole nother show, right?
No,
it's a show we need to do.
It is a show.
I'll bring her back. My thing was with that, it was just a thing. Whereas we had a good chemistry, mental chemistry, and a lot of times, like what Harlan was saying, as far as sifting through, you have to really be on the site that fits you, and one of the things is it starts with your value. What are you looking for? What are you valuing when it comes to who you are? Are you just looking to have sex? Are you looking to have some type of a serious commitment? And once you analyze those things, and then you go into the site that suits you. Now, Bumble, I would consider that a mid-grade site. So it's not. I wouldn't say that wouldn't be the roof, Chris, but it wouldn't be a McDonald's either. It would be. It might be a. It could be a Denny's. It's a sit-down meal. You know what I mean?
All right. Hey, we giving them folks too much credit because they ain't paying nothing on this show.
Right.
Hey, well, what was your experiences like?
So I think the site I started using first was not even really necessarily a dating site, right? Twitter. I was in the DMs. So you jump off Twitter. I didn't really get back into the dating scene until 2016, summer of 2016. And I jumped straight on Tinder and Plenty of Fish. So
he was on the hookup site.
Right.
Well, the thing about it is
wham bam slip.
That was Burger King and McDonald's.
So at that time I was newly single, so I was just looking to be distracted. That was it, right? And I was kind of like, whatever happens. But once I was deep into those sites, whatever was happening, so I was like, yo, this is not where I need to be to keep that distraction going, right? So that's where I was.
Okay, all right. Let me and anyone can answer, but what are your overall thoughts on online dating?
Go ahead.
You want to go ahead?
I just hit it real quick, man. I wholeheartedly believe in it. I mean, technology is there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, from listening to people now, when it was stuff like MySpace and Facebook and all that stuff, and you were supposed to be using it for other stuff, I was trying to, in my younger heathen days, I was trying to like see what was popping. But I always ran into like bad experiences, and then I would hear people talk about the actual dating sites, and they were either getting catfished or they met somebody who smelled like catfish or whatever they was talking about. So I was like, I got to get back outside, because anybody could put their greatest representative on their screen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what I was kind of doing it myself. I ain't gonna lie, but I was running into that kind of stuff too, just on regular sites. So I was like, I'm cool on these dating sites, but to each his own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me ask Harlem something here. Harlem, what are your thoughts regarding some things women can do with online dating as not to put themselves in a position of looking thirsty or whatever?
I would definitely say like not to put it out there that you are looking for a certain type of individual. While that may be your goal, it's maybe best not to, put on your profile seeking a high value man, that can take me on trips and all of these type of things. Also, don't swipe right onto everybody's profile and jump into every handsome man's inbox or DM or tap like on each and every profile, because it does make you look very common. And I feel that that's kind of the same when you're on even sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because, you have women who will slide into DMs of every single man that's real handsome, clicking like and making comments. So just kind of have a little bit of integrity about yourself, and just, I would just say, remind yourself of that class that our grandmothers had, not be common, be a hot commodity, be hard to get to.
Well, the thing is, it's a line that you need to tread, and you don't want to be where you say I'm not having sex at all, or I'm abstaining or whatever, or celibate. But at the same time, you don't want to be too available. Don't make yourself so available that it's just, the value is everything, and so, because the vagina is always going to be valuable to a man, from Adam on
more valuable to a woman,
but the value to user is what it is, but the value to the owner, that's where it really gets its real value at. Because now we're in a day of Carly B and Meg Thee Stallion. That has lowered the value from the owner's standpoint. The user still, but then the thing is, the user isn't going to make you his wife if you're at that low level of value. So if you really want a husband, you want to raise it up a notch.
Let me ask you this, for those of you that have experienced online dating, give me some pros and cons. What pros and cons would you give our listeners for online dating?
Not
all at once.
Alan,
I'll say that for me personally, I think that a definite pro is the fact that the world is at your fingertips. Traditionally and even statistically, right? You people married and dated people that were in close proximity to them, right? And that's just what it was, and if you want to talk about even going, to different cultures or whatever, different countries, they have arranged marriages and things of that nature. So I think that a definite pro is the fact that you're now outside of your general area and you're able to meet people and do things that are not traditionally available to you. Secondly, I would just say that you're going to meet a wide array of people. People in St. Louis are not like people from Houston, and people from Houston are not like people from Charlotte, and people from Charlotte are not like people from New York. So that may be an experience that I'll definitely get that I would not normally have had if I met someone in St. Louis, had a wife in St. Louis, and did what she and I knew. Cons, traveling is expensive. I'll say that first and foremost.
I don't know, man. Hey, right now in the pandemic, you can get a trip to Hawaii for $18. I don't know.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I wholeheartedly agree. You get that round trip in for $140 and you back home. But I would definitely say, even outside of the cost, right? Because cost is definitely a factor. If you're not, if we're not the 1%, let's just be real about it, right? Like at some point in time, that travel expense is gonna start affecting, your home. But in addition to that, outside of the cost, the expenditures, and things of that nature, you have to look at the fact of people have wants, needs, desires, right? Is this person going to be down for me until we decide that somebody's going to move? I personally have been in a long distance relationship. And the house and office I'm sitting in right now is shared with someone that I was in a long distance relationship with. She made the move here to St. Louis. She's a Chicago native.
Wow.
So, I think that,
Time out. You ain't just going to gloss over that.
Uh-oh.
Is she still living there?
She's actually right now at this moment, she's actually in Washington, D.C. Her father lives in D.C. But she's a Chicago native. She's a military grad.
Number two, because you ain't just going to gloss over that, what you just said. Y'all not together?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. You made it sound, made it seem like, you moved.
Right.
Hey, look, my crew will tell you. I don't want them problems.
We don't play about Maria, okay? We don't play about Maria.
Look.
If she's listening, I just want to put that disclaimer out there. The way he made it sound, I ain't trying to get him in trouble or nothing. But
I heard him.
Right.
So, hey, hold on. I got a
Can I jump in? Can I say anything?
Go ahead.
I wanted to say one thing about the pros and cons, though, real quick. A pro for a man is always going to be he can approach a woman that he probably would never step to in physical. If you've seen her, you would never step to a lot of the women that you're able to.
Serious
know something to. Go ahead. Go ahead with that.
Yeah, Rashad was talking about. Hey, Harlem, let me ask you. Why do you think more professional women are turning to online dating than traditional?
They don't have the time in real life.
Yeah.
They don't have the time to go out and meet people. So of course, there's always that chance opportunity that you're going to meet a man and fall madly in love that you bumped into in the grocery store, or possibly that you sat next to on a flight. But in true retrospect, women who are more professional and are married to their careers, or even women who have children, they don't have the time to physically go out and meet someone. We don't have time to go out to the clubs or to the bars or, the places where you typically would meet potential mates. So it's easier to just get on your phone. You're scrolling anyway, 9 times out of 10, to either just swipe left, swipe right, or just keep scrolling. It's literally right. It's dating at your fingertips.
And I think too, with what you just said,
Good answer.
if you're meeting someone at a bar, you're getting Bar Johnny, right? So Bar Johnny gonna tell you what he think you want to hear, because he's trying to get you back home for a cup of coffee, right?
Absolutely.
And then also, he ain't really got no conversation because he just got Mac for that night, right? Seriously, that's all it is. He's got Mac for that night. At least with the online dating thing, you can actually come back to him. Let me see if he's gonna say the same thing he said yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago, or whatever, So I think it's a little, Jamal hit it on point when he said the value of things, and then Rashad hit it earlier when he said about not getting catfished and things like that, right? So let me jump to Rashad. Rashad, check this out. So you mentioned about not getting catfished and everything. What are your thoughts on what type of profile and pictures should a person, it can be male or female, put on there? Because me personally, don't be giving me some picture from '78 when you was all buff and everything, or if I was a woman, or don't be giving, or don't be giving me something, from high school, when you was a cheerleader and you had everything going on and stuff, and then when I see you in person, it's like, where that girl? You know what I mean? So
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say one thing I would tell sisters in particular, because I rock with my black queens. If you're going to do online dating and it's something like you have a series of pictures, this is going to sound crazy. Put your average picture up first. Now, people would be like, man, you don't want to do that. But then it goes into this whole representative thing. Because absolutely. Facebook or anything, I always go and look. If I'm looking at your picture, I'm going to the third, fourth, or fifth picture. Absolutely. And that's usually when I'm going to see how many kids you got. The brother you cut out the picture when you was in Miami, he like this. And, you know what I'm saying? But I just say, like, it's weird. It's just weird dynamics with online dating. But I always tell a sister, if you put your average picture, or what you consider average, and he rocks with you, and he like, man, she, for people who are mad superficial, she all right, but her conversation is crazy or whatever. And then you show up as your representative. You know what I'm saying? It might be a different energy. And like everything, it's always exceptions to everything. You know what I'm saying?
I know when I did the online dating thing, before I even get a call, I'm like Googling and I'm looking at what she had on there, and I'm Googling. I'm like, okay, well, she got a picture of her job, so she do work here. And you know what I mean? So I wasn't just jumping in because, I was a busy professional, right? And then, I mean, I had to watch my, P's and Q's because I don't want to be on some site, and then I'll be, in front of somebody trying to do a presentation. It's like, I know this dude.
To online dating, people aren't always who they present or post to be. I had an experience during quarantine on Bumble, swiped right. Okay, dude was presented well. He was a police officer and a local police officer. We talked, it's quarantine. You can't go on dates. So we spent an entire day talking. Okay, you cool. Still to this day, he rides up and down my street. And I had to contact, his job. This dude is a creep because he turned out not to be who he was presenting himself to be. And I didn't want, I'm not going to waste any more time than the couple of days that I have spent already and the few amounts of energy that I've spent trying to get to know you, and you turn out to be a creep. And that was almost a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? And we love Miami. Go ahead.
I just want to add one thing as far as the pictures are concerned. Always give a stand-up picture of yourself, a standing picture, because if a man, I'm serious.
I know where you're going.
I mean,
Let's go.
Right now, from a physical standpoint,
We look good.
I would tell you from a physical standpoint, 87% of black women have beautiful faces. And I mean, it's hard to run across a sister that doesn't have a decent face. But when you give a stand up,
out there, bro. There's a lot of swipe left.
I'll say this to say this: always give a stand up picture. And there's another thing that I always say to do: always do a video chat. If you're not willing to do the video chat, now that can be on a Duo, on Bumble. Bumble has their own video system. Badu has its own video. A lot of them have their own videos where you can video chat. If the person doesn't want to do that, then it's even if you didn't swipe left to begin with, you have to cut it out. No, just all texting.
Exactly. Especially he talking about, I got this 5,000 square foot crib and this and that. You like this video chat, and
it'd be this close.
In his mama's basement, his mama in his basement, one of the two. So, hey, look, as we wind this down, did you have a rapid fire for them?
No, I didn't even get a chance.
She ain't doing her little favorite thing.
So,
yeah. So check this out. So, have any of you ever been? Well, Alan actually. Alan, you internet dated. You got your girl living there. Is she the one? And,
wow.
And I ain't putting you on blast. Look at all of them.
So I want to be clear.
I come on with it. Answer the question, brother.
Hey, look, I always get the hot seat, bro. Relationships are the pits, man. Relationships are the pits. I always
He's
get
trying to act like his computer freezing up. We see you breathing. Answer the question, man. Let's go.
No, so I didn't actually meet my girl through internet dating.
All right.
I met her locally, but I internet dated for a significant period of time. I had known my lady for a nice amount of time prior to us even dating. But I kind of feel where you were going. I have not had anything long term with anyone that I've met online. Those have kind of probably the most significant interaction I've had with anybody I've met online has been probably 4 to 6 months. Mm-hmm. Outside of that,
that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think for me personally, I knew where it was gonna go initially, right? And I don't mean like on the swipe or but after those first few interactions, personally, face to face, over whatever you decide to do, you kind of know, right? And I feel like the women that I did meet online or through, the apps that were of value, they threw me out quick because they already knew what time it was, and I that was by the interactions, right? The same thing I was doing, so they knew like, oh yeah, this dude ain't on nothing. He ready to be on this, so they kind of took off.
We got 2 women on the panel, right? Let me ask both you ladies this, right? It's a 2-part question. One, what keeps internet? What do you think? Because I know you ain't internet dating. Will not be. Anyway.
I'm like,
what do you think keeps internet chatting? Because I don't know, he just brought to my attention. He was like, man, he's talking 4 to 6 months that way, right? So what keeps the conversations interesting? And then two, as a woman, when is it that time to say, all right, I think I'm gonna meet dude, see what's up?
Well, my attention span is extremely short.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have very short. I don't have the mental capacity to talk to you for months and months and not ever lay eyes on you.
Absolutely.
I know within maybe about a couple of days of talking if it's going anywhere, because I try to be just a good judge of character as far as substance. So if after maybe a couple of conversations or a FaceTime call or whatever the case may be, and I feel like it's time to meet, even if it's after maybe like a week or 2 weeks, then I'm willing to do that. I'm not trying to get flued out, to go and meet somebody that lives way across the country so they can serial kill me or anything like that. But if it's local, then I'm all for it. But I think I don't see how like actual just talking on the app, only through the app, can go so long. Like, within a certain amount of time of
Absolutely.
Communicating back and forth on the app, if you want to give this person your number. So I would say maybe after about 3 or 4, full text message conversations in the app, then it might be time to move over to, maybe a phone call or text messaging or even FaceTime, video chatting.
Good.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, my answer, I can say this. I agree 100% with Harlem. However, I met this man online.
This fine specimen of a man.
Right on.
I met him online, and it was completely different. He did fly me out, but we talked for 72 hours straight with no break.
Oh,
Little man was tired. I ain't know he had talk in me. I was like,
Teri,
You ain't have to go to work, man.
Right.
Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
But you know what though? That sound like back in the day when we, all used to stay with our mom and stuff. It was actually teenagers and stuff, and be on the phone all night.
Does he live at home or with his mom? Because that's like the 18th time he brought that up.
You just made me remember. Now, I live by myself for good, bad, and different now. But back in the day, my mother was like, "Boy, get out of my house." You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, you used to be on phone all night, not saying nothing and breathing. You still there?
Hey, Rashad, think of my grandmother. True story.
Mm-hmm.
No, you hang up. My grandmother pick up the phone. God damn it, both y'all hang up. Every time I pick up this phone, you on, ain't doing nothing but breathing. Hang my damn phone up.
You running my bill up.
How that went. You was tying up the house phone.
You had that long cord. You was all the way in there.
You always on top of the refrigerator, hanging upside down from the couch.
There you go. Harlem, no.
Wow. Hey, we gonna wrap it up here, guys. I love this. We are gonna have to do a part 2.
We have to do a part 2 because I'm sure we have questions here that we didn't even touch. Jamal, you want to tell everyone where to get your book?
Yeah, you can find me on Amazon at just look up Computer Love, Your Guide to Internet Dating, or you can go to my website. And on my website, the book is for sale for $20. But when you push the link, it's going to take you to Amazon, and I've already discounted the book for everyone to $12.
All right.
And so I've discounted it, and I've also discounted the ebook. So now you can get that for $9.
So I only bought the $20 version. Do I get a rebate?
You didn't even pay for the $20 version, believe that, because it all comes through Amazon. Amazon, they have a great system where these are print to order. So these physical books, as you order them, it takes 3 business days for them to drop ship it. So they've got a system where they'll print the book and everything and then ship it out. And so I love that. So you can go to my website, which is YG2 Dating. So Your Guide to Dating. but it's just the letter Y, G, number 2, dating. And you can order it from the website or just go to Amazon and you can find us that way. And we want to sell as many of these as we can. We're trying to make this a best seller. It's something that a Black woman should read. I have a lot of really good stuff in here. We weren't able to kind of address any of it today, but it's good because it's a really good read. If you're trying to do it as a Black woman, this is a must read. You should have this, just like you would have the pimp book. Definitely. The game is all there. It's all there. It's all there.
Okay. And Harlem, since you're the glue that holds commentary together, you want to tell people how they can reach you guys and listen to your podcast?
Absolutely. So we are currently streaming on all podcasting platforms. We are Commentary Podcast. We are under the SOLC network. That stands for Straight Outta Low Cash Network. We can also be found on, I think, Alan, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's commentary.podcast on Instagram. Yep. And then our discussion group on Facebook is Commentary Podcast Discussion Group.
Good.
You guys have to come back.
You guys have to come back.
We can do a part 2.
We're going to have you all come on our show as well, for sure.
Yes.
We would definitely.
I want to come on you guys' show too. Definitely invite me. I want to be on.
Jamal, pull up.
No doubt.
So
I'll make sure he takes his tip.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we thank you for tuning in tonight. If you are, they were.
We didn't get a chance to scratch the surface. We're definitely gonna have them back. We gotta do something.
Yeah. So again, for those of you that want to be on the show, if you want to be a sponsor or you just have a letter that you want us to read on air, even though we didn't read the letter tonight, but if you want us to address one of your marital relationship or even singles challenge, go ahead and send an email to us at loveinblack1@gmail.com, and be sure to catch us on Friday nights right here, and also on Tuesday nights for Love in Black Radio. So we same time, same black time and same black channel.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys have a wonderful weekend. As you know, we just send you lots of love and we ask you to be safe.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend. Make love, not war.